So before we start the next point, let us meditate a couple of minutes on the consciousness of Percival and let his wisdom flow through me to every one of us. Please sit in a meditative posture, cross your legs, clasp your hands and close your eyes. Just observe your breath. Remember, rewind what Percival is explaining to us. All the time, we should be mindful of our thoughts. As thoughts are the reason for our actions. Our actions defines our character. So, mindfulness should start the moment you started releasing the thought itself. Every thought you are releasing, if it is causing you any disturbance, in the sense if it is causing you any pain, any resistance, just try to think and balance that thought. Please rub your palms and keep on your eyes for a few seconds and open your eyes with a beautiful smile on your face. Okay. Let's start. So now we are coming back to the next point number 24. By thinking with the aid of mind, because thinking starts with our mind. By thinking with the aid of mind, now we are thinking with the mind of reason. Mind of reason. You have made all your advances towards the self-knowledge, and now you have available the mind of reason at will. That's what Percival is saying to us here. By thinking with the mind of reasoning, because with all the points that we just discussed, we got used, or we are tuning our mind that we have to think with the mind of reason. So when we are tuning with the mind, everything that we have to think with the mind of reason, we made all our advances to think, we have to think towards the self-knowledge only. So once we started thinking that we have to think with the self-knowledge, what is happening is your mind of reason is at your will. You are not going to think unconsciously. You are going to think it very consciously now. Because everything you are going to think with the mind of reason only. Okay? So thinking with the mind of reason and righteousness, that is what here we are going to talk about now in this. The alignment with the reason and righteousness. Thinking with the mind of reason adjusts you to the reason. By thinking with the mind of righteousness, you will be in communion with the righteousness. Now, here we are in the reasoning and righteousness, right? Thinking with the mind of reason, whenever you are doing it, so it is adjusting. For everything, it is adjusting you to think with the reason. Okay? By thinking with the mind of righteousness, what is happening? It is you are always communion with the righteousness. It's a right or wrong, that kind of thing, right? Reason and righteousness, you are always the reason and righteousness. Whenever you started thinking with, you are with the higher aspects of triune self. What are the higher aspects? Thinker and knower. So you are going to that particular state than with the doer state. So, reason and righteousness are the two higher aspects of triune self. The thinker aspect that guides the doer. So, thinker aspect is guiding the doer, feeling and desire. So, whatever the feeling and desire is trying to balance that. So, whenever you are trying to balance feeling and desire, then it is a path to liberation. Okay. Thinking with the mind of reason aligns one's thoughts with universal law. Whenever you are thinking with the reasoning, you are aligning your thoughts with the universal law. So it is clearing the confusion, whatever the confusion that you had at the personal emotional level to the intellectual speculation level. So you are actually speculating, or you're actually doing it at the intellectual level, not your personal emotional level. You are not doing it. Suppose, I'll take an example here. Somebody got hurt you. Somebody hurt you. Unnecessary, they blamed you, or somebody hurt you. At your emotion level, oh my God, I did so much for her. Still she's doing this. It's not fair. So you started judging, or you started your emotion is coming up. Okay, that is what is happening. So now, whenever you are thinking the same situation with the reasoning, let us take, you are not at the doer level, you are thinking at the thinker level and started doing it. Oh, Srisha hurt me today. She said this, even though I obliged so many times. What could be the reason behind it? Did I do the same mistake to anybody? Did I hurt anybody in this way? Is this the reason that this particular situation I got attracted? Okay. If that is the case, so let me think, or let me assume that now I'm just taking away my karmic bondage. So it is going off. So let us, whatever that I have done for somebody else, now I took it, it is done. It got balanced. That is what I'm thinking. So with the reason, whenever I'm thinking, so when you feel that it got balanced, then what you will make it is, you will not feel anything bad, because you are just thinking that it is done. Okay, when it is done, you are not with that reason. When you are saying that, you will not put any kind of a judgment or any kind of a memory that Sirisha told me or Lakshmi Garu told me, something like that. You just feel that, okay, that is, it has to come. It came and it is done. In that way, in that case, what will happen? You are not holding anything. You are not, nothing is weighing you down, or nothing is getting hurted. So whatever it is, it has to happen. Anything is happening for some reason. So I must have done something. So it came to me. So my karmic bondage, I'm balancing my karma over there, or my whatever. With the reason only it has happened. That's what you're thinking. So with the intellectual speculation, you are doing it, not with your emotion that you are doing it, right? So you will be at peace when you started thinking that way. Thinking with the mind of righteousness means one's thoughts, motives, and inner will resonate with the truth and justice. So, righteousness means your own thoughts, your motives, your inner will resonate with the truth and justice, not with the moral codes, but with the inner equilibrium and harmony with the cosmic order. So, in the previous example only, whenever I think there is a something that karmic bond that I must have hurt somebody, that is why it came back to me, then what happens is, then you are at peace, because you are not actually holding up anything that whatever some other people told you. Okay, you are thinking that I must have done something, it got equilibrium, done. So that gives you a very harmony because your inner is very much becoming calm. So whenever your inner is calm, you are not actually bothered about any other circumstances. When this mind of the doer, so when this mind of the doer, right, my mind feeling I got hurt, feeling that I just made equilibrium, right? So with the thought. So when this mind of the doer, feeling and desire is purified and guided by a reason, the problems that existence is naturally resolved. They won't be there. They are naturally resolved because inner disharmony, whatever that you have inside the disharmony, it ceases. So you are good. You will be very happy. That is what he is saying. Next one is access. The same point he is saying. Access to the three worlds through seven minds. So now you are able to access all the three worlds with your seven minds. What are the seven minds? We will see. Now you have an access. The life world. The life world is accessed by a righteousness and the mind of reason. Mind of righteousness and mind of reason. And form world is accessed by your feeling mind and desire mind. And the physical world is accessed by your body mind. So the three worlds is accessed by with these seven minds. With these seven minds or five minds. Okay, we'll see.
Actually, it's noetic and it's not there, right?
Noetic. Those are not
Yeah,
there.
then it's 5 minds, huh?
Five minds. Then it's five minds. Okay. Body mind. So body mind is always to our physical world. Right? Body mind is just the physical world. Sensory awareness and interaction. It is always, say, with your sensory, it is going. It is trying to interact with your senses. Feeling mind. Okay, form world. Feeling mind is a form world. Subtle, emotions, astral. So this is the form world. Emotional perception and attraction. Then desire mind. Desire mind, what it is doing? Form world, vital, creative and creative realm. It is impulse, out of will or out of motivation you will be doing. That is the desire mind. It could be whatever the way that the desire you are using, it all depends, right? Again, this feeling and desire mind can be used with the body mind or can be used with your righteousness mind or and that is reasoning mind. So this is what in this point we are learning we have to use that with the righteousness. The mind of righteousness is life world, that is moral and balanced field, harmony with the divine order. And mind of reason is a life world where light and understanding, pure understanding and illumination. So when these five minds, whatever the five minds, right, the harmony, the doer, the feeling and desire becomes balanced and gains. So once it becomes balanced, it gains a mastery over this nature. Then it experiences the freedom, the bondage and the delusion, right? Whatever the bondage of the delusion, it gets a freedom from that bondage. That is what here he is saying. The state of non-action and self-knowledge. So this is the state where you will be achieving. You know that you should not or you do not act in the worlds. Your desire, what is the only one desire that we have? Self-knowledge. And you will not venture into the nature before attaining to the self-knowledge. You will not go to that venture into this world before self-knowledge is the first part. I want it. Then I will see this world. That kind of the stillness, that one motto you will be having. True actionless is not idleness. Again, do not consider actionless is not idleness. Actionless means here inner stillness. Any moment that you are doing, that inner stillness is the one that you have. So now I wanted to have my self-knowledge is only the goal. I will not work, I will not cook, I will not do anything. This will not work. You are in the middle of this world. So you need to do everything. In the morning, you need to, starting from your brushing your teeth to every action you need to do. But the thing is, something should not get disturbed by it. Suppose let us take from the morning you started doing the brush and there is no paste in your bathroom and you checked your closets and there is no, then your mind should not get disturbed. The stillness should not get disturbed. It is not there. So usually, oh, who took my thing, that this, why nobody got or replaced. So all this agitation should not be there. Okay. Now what else I can use it? What else I can use it to clean my teeth? That's how you should you should not get agitated, or you should not get anything. That inner stillness should not move. Whatever that is happening amidst of the so many things. That's a small example I took it, because that is how our emotions are getting triggered every day, right? So here the non-action is doing the action, but not your stillness is not actually disturbed. That is what here non-action means. The awakened doer realizes that acting in nature is projection of your desire and sensation. The very bondage are perpetuates the ignorance. So the more you are bondage means, so suppose if the pace is not there, you started yelling means you are expecting others to do that work. You yourself also would have done that. When it is coming to the end, you would have taken care the 1 week before or to 4 days before whether the stock is there or not in your closet, or then go and get it. But instead you try to yell at others means you are having some kind of bondage. You are kind of some ignorant illusion mind that you are having it. So come out of that. Now doer is refrains from the identification. So once you started refraining from identification of your body mind, instead of seeking the self knowledge only, before engaging in creation again, you have to engage in the creation, but before engaging that creation, you are actually trying to seek the self knowledge, trying to find out who you are, what is your purpose, all the things, right? That self knowledge is the goal. This makes the end of that compulsion and the beginning of conscious participation of the life. So you will not do, once you understand that, you will not do anything out of compulsion. You will not do anything out of compulsion because I have to do this, do that, not that. You started participating in the life with the conscious awareness. Once you are at that stage, once your righteousness and reason became the daily at your will, there are that mind is coming at your will. Whenever it is unconsciously, you're not acting through body mind, you're always acting at the righteousness mind and reasoning mind. Then the compulsive nature will be gone and you will participate in life with very conscious mindful way. The harmony between feeling, desire, righteousness and reasoning will come. So you are in communion with the feeling that came with the agreement with the righteousness. You are in the communion with the whatever the feeling that is coming, that is feeling is coming with the righteousness. And the desire is desired to be, and what would according to the righteousness. The desire will come only what would come from the righteousness. It will not come from the body mind. Okay, here in this particular way, what he is trying to say is feeling aligns what it is true. The feeling comes only now when you are in that mind, feeling comes what it is true. No longer it is going with the sensory mind or pleasure or pain mind, it is not going. It is the feeling is coming only that is a true kind of thing, right? Only true nature or the truth that you are finding out. And desire is coming only the purified desire. It's not going with your external gratification. It is the desire is always harmony with the truth. That seeking of the truth only, the desire is there. Thus, so the emotional self, emotional feeling, and willful self, that is a desire, are they are brought into the balance because your mind is at the righteousness and reasoning mind. Okay. Now you are creating a unified inner being. Whatever you are creating with the universal law. So you are a unified inner being. This is the beginning of freedom. When emotion and will are no longer divided, there is no war between them. There is a one emotion, there is a one will. So there are too many things. People will say one heart is saying something, mind is saying something, right? So similarly, so when the emotion and will are together, there is a no war, and you are actually becoming communion with your righteousness and reasoning mind. Then what happened? You become the conscious isolation and realization of the thinker. Conscious isolation. In isolation, you are now conscious of righteousness and reason as the thinker of the triune self. Here in this one, many people, many gurus are they say, go in isolation for some days. When you know all this truth, right? Go in isolation for some days. That's what, when you are trying to do that. Why they want it is, there is always a chance. Today you learned something, you went into the party or you went into the some 100 people place, then you easily drift into that kind of environment because you have been living that life for so long. So whatever that you meditated, whatever that you understood for 1 hour, it will easily slip away when you go to that place, isn't it? Everything, it happens every one of us. Then when you go to the isolation, when you understand this reasoning and righteousness, and when you go from the doer self to the thinker self, be in that isolation and learn it, right? Here, in that case, you will be able to start. That is what the all our gurus are saying it, by isolation. Here, what Percival is saying is, isolation need not be your loneliness. You need not sit in a loneliness, but you always try to have that mind detachment from all these illusions of the nature. Always, wherever you go, detach with the illusions of the nature. Why gurus told like that is because we will slip easily. That is why they are saying, whenever you are trying to do some sadhana, be yourself, so that when you reach to the certain stage, when you are in the doer stage itself, if you are in the, if you learn the righteousness and reasoning, so now this 1 hour class, wow, so nice. And after that, you went to some 100 people or 50 people, then you drift away because all others energies or all others thoughts are in the doer mind. Okay. But Percival is not saying be alone here thing, but I'm just means I'm just combining both the things, because why the people told, he is saying that you go out but still be you detached. If you can, then you can go out. If you cannot, be alone and practice it. The doer realizes that the thinker, the aspect of the eternal, luminous and wise, is always guiding to it. So that is what at this stage, so you think the doer, whatever that you are doing, there is a higher self that is always guiding. It is having such an eternal mind is there, so it is so much wise is, so it is always guiding. So now the doer is perceiving righteousness and reasoning as its higher self, not something external. So now at this stage, so there is some higher self is guiding me, and it is always giving me the what is the. Some people will say, "Oh, your inner says," isn't it? Your conscious says. That is what higher self here. So it is always guiding, and everybody it says. But only thing is, we are in such a noisy world. We are not even listening to that voice. Now, when you are coming, Percival is making us to come. The doer, once the practice is done, he reaches to a stage where always that reasoning and righteousness is guiding, and he will not see that reasoning and righteousness is separate from higher, separate thing coming, but it just see that it is nothing but its higher self, because thinker is nothing but the doer's higher self. In this state, no impressions disturb the peace. Whatever it comes, you will not get disturbed. No desire arises that could not align your righteousness. If it is not aligning to your righteousness, the desire won't come. One abides the pure being. It abides the pure being, the conscious light. Abides pure being and the conscious light. Return from isolation. So once you are in that isolation and return from isolation, what happens? Realize the source of creation. You realizes that's the entire source of creation, the truth, right? So you realizes that from isolation you find that the well-being or fountainhead of all the arts and acts events is your feeling and desire. You as a feeling and desire. All creative expressions, all phenomena of the external world are projection of our inner doing from the feeling and desire. So you think once you started doing it, you will get to know that all the external world, that whatever it is nothing but your inner world is projected. Suppose, let us take I put some paintings, something, some books in my rack. One second. Which means, why I will keep the paintings or why I will keep the books in my home, tell me? Only if I like it. Only if my inner says I want to read this book. Only if my eyes are saying, or my inner is saying that I'm feeling pleasant here, right? So such a simple things also only. So here similarly, all your external world are nothing but your projections of inner doer. So suppose if you are actually attracting some negative fear, negative people or negative things, think that there is something inside you is there which is getting attracted. So that we will be learning here. Nature merely reflects the doer's inner projections in a distorted form. Whatever that you have inner, that is only projecting the nature. Okay. Thus, you are original artist. You are the artist of all the things. You are the source of expression. You are not an actor, but you are an author for all these things. So, you are the creator of your destiny. You are the creator of your own world. When doer realizes that, when the doer is realizing that, you will no longer create anything bad. You crave, no longer craves or reflect anything, right? So you turn inwards, your own luminous light, your own luminous origin you will be going. You will not turn outside, you will go inside. The union of the doer and thinker. So here the union of the doer and thinker is happening, which is nothing but the liberation. That's where by giving yourself up to the righteousness and reasoning, as a feeling and desire has been rectified, has feeling and desire has been rectified or uplifted or whatever you call, to the righteousness and reasoning, which will become a liberated person by reason. At this moment, this is the moment called self-realization. Here, the doer's feeling desire is merging into the thinker's righteousness and reasoning. Whatever the ignorance that you have is dissolving. The bondage that you have is the bondage that you have, it is ending forever. Freedom here is not an escape. It's not an escape from existence, but end of your illusions and compulsion. You are not doing anything with the illusions or compulsion. You now know you live in a body. Now you know you are living in the body, but you are remain untouched by the nature. You are just using this body to this world. That much you will be knowing it, and whatever that is happening in the nature, you will be still untouched. You know previously it is touched. So now what did you understand at this stage? You now understand you are beginningless. You started somewhere. You are beginningless. At the same time, you are deathless. Death is not touched by you. Death is to your body, not to you. You are free from entanglement. You are not entangled with anything, anyone. You are doing your duties. You are that instrument of the light. The light is coming. You are that instrument. Okay. Now, next, integration. So, once you realize enlightened integration, the body in the right relation to the worlds. The body, right? So, you need to integrate because you are still with the body. That body should be right relation with the worlds. You coordinate the body mind for the physical body with other four minds so that the mind is responsive to all the minds. Now, physical body becomes a sacred instrument. You feel that this body is so much because in order to experience the life in this earth, you need to have this body. It's such a sacred instrument. You need to take care of that. Not as a ruler, but as a vessel of the higher mind. It's a vessel of the higher mind. Every act, every thought, every expression that is flowing through will be perfect harmony with the righteousness and reasoning. The being is fully integrated. They, they are acting without action, living light from within. They are living light from within. So here, at the stage of, because at this stage we are thinking with the mind of righteousness. That is what remember. Thinking with the Mind of righteousness. I'm just giving a points. First thing, thinking with the mind of righteousness. This is your process is aligned with the divine order. So what is an outcome? A moral clarity and harmony. And you are thinking with the mind of reason. So your alignment with the light. What is the outcome? Pure understanding and liberation. You are not misunderstanding. You are not judging anyone. Then feel communion with the feeling and desire. So your feeling and desire is in unified or balanced. Inner unification happened. So outcome is emotional balance and the freedom. Then isolation. Isolation here is detachment from the nature, awareness of the thinker. Then union with the righteousness and reasoning, nothing but self-realization. Outcome is freedom beyond the rebirth and ignorance. So you are freedom from it. Integration with the body, finally. Living as an instrument of the light, because this body is filled with the light. It's not the body, it's a sacred instrument. Right relation to the three, then you will be in the right relation with the three worlds. A righteousness and reasoning, you are very conscious of you are the beginningless and endless. This realization of the doer makes final awakening. What is that awakening? The illusion of the time is an illusion. Birth and death is an illusion. The psyche that time illusion and birth and death illusion will dissolve. You remember that consciousness never began, never end. It is there before and it will be there after, and you are that consciousness. You are eternal witness, the light which all the worlds appear and dissolve, but you are witnessing it. Okay. One more. Just again, I'm just wanted to make sure these points were again went into your mind, because this is a part where we are actually liberating from the doer mind to the completely to the thinker mind. First, before going to the knower, we have to come out of the doer mind to the thinker mind, thinking with the mind of reason, thinking with the mind of righteousness. Here in this entire point, he is actually integrating, or he is actually pressing on the point that mind of reason, mind of righteousness. Thinking with your reason aligns awareness with the logic. Awareness with the logic, clarity, with a discriminant. You see things as they are. You will not put any quote. You see things as they are, and as you wish them, not as you wish them to be. This adjustment to the reason brings balance and rational understanding of the life's problems. Not only here, forget about doing so much on this reasoning and rightness, self-realization part. Even in the normal scenario, suppose people will ask you a question and they themselves have some answer in their mind, because whatever they assume to be the thing, right, they will have that mind. You must have faced all these things. Whatever the answer you are trying to give, they will not listen to you, because they had some fixed mindset and they will go only with that, which means that people are seeing the things as they wish to be, not as they are. Suppose if I ask some question, what is this, Sirisha? When I asked, I have to listen completely what she's saying. What is with her experience, right? Suppose if she will say that, but in her mind it is this. If I assume, then the things there is no point in asking. Whatever the things that I wish to be, I'm just wishing. That will be gone when you are thinking with the reason. That's what he is saying. Because again, I'll say, again, yesterday also I'm saying, 4 years back, the same doer, knower, thinker concept I would have told, but I'm not sure how much, what do you say, understanding I just taught. But now again, I want to taught by chapter by chapter. The reason is, I can see myself, there is a lot of evolvement, the way that I understood the thing. Similarly, in our life also, somebody, Sirisha, somebody must have told something in the 10 days back, but now they were changed persons. I am not the same as 10 days back. I changed, right? Similarly, she would also have. Why am I assuming the things? based on the assumption that I had a conversation with her like 1 year back or 10 days back, I'm just quoting that. And with that prejudgment, if I'm going there, then I will listen only with that mindset. Because the things I wish that it will be the same, but the things are not. So once you are with the reason, you will think that, oh, might be she is going through some things she told that way. Leave it. Now let us listen what she's saying. So with the reason, when you have that reasoning, righteousness reasoning, it brings you the balance, a rational understanding of the life problems, and then you will go. Mind of righteousness. When you think with the righteousness, you connect with the, when you are thinking with the righteousness, you connect. What is that you connect? You connect with the moral compass. What universally true, good and aligned with the self. What is universally true and what is good and what is actually aligning with the self. Righteousness approves your thinking means your thoughts are no longer driven by your emotions, they are driven by your higher harmony. So, righteousness, when you are thinking, it is approving your thoughts. Yesterday, Siddhisha is explaining, right? When my thought is here, how it is, and when it is coming up, how actually thinking. So, this righteousness, when you are thinking, it will approve whether your thought is aligning with the higher order, it is coming to your emotion. So that's where you will get filtered out. When righteousness approves that particular thought, problem dissolve because your perspective is transferring. Your perspective is no more with the emotion, your perspective is with the higher self. So you are doing, actually, you, once it is approved, your righteousness approved means you are doing your thought is right thought and you can go ahead. So with this, you are actually accessing the three worlds through all your minds. The life world you are actually accessing with the mental or a spiritual plane, accessed by your righteousness mind and reasoning mind. This is the plane of pure thought and pure intelligence, the life world. Then form world, psychic and emotional plane. This is accessed by your feeling and desired minds. Feeling and desired minds. So, righteousness mind, reasoning mind, feeling and desire mind, right? Here, the emotional energies takes the form of inner and outer realities. Next, come to the physical world, material plane, accessed through your body mind, which acts as a bridge for all the seven minds. First, start with the body mind only. That is a bridge. So it is the bridge between the physical realm to the other worlds. So here it is proper alignment of the higher minds, right? Righteousness mind and reasoning mind should be aligned with your physical feeling mind, desire mind, and body mind. Then when these five minds are in harmony, then you can just reach to the, your doer is combined or your doer is merged with your thinker. Then what happens? Then the point is desire for self-knowledge. The seeker is now refusing. Now you are asking for only the, he is refusing all worldly the desires and he is asking only for the self-knowledge. You should not or do not act in these worlds. Implies refraining from reacting impulsively, pursuing the sense-based desires, you are refraining. The focus is shifting from this worldly nature, worldly things to the self-knowledge. You are knowing who you really are. You are beyond the body, beyond the emotions, and beyond the thoughts. Desire itself becomes purer. A desire is a desire to be free. Communion with the feeling and desire with righteousness and reasoning. Okay. Earlier phase, feeling and desire operated in isolation. Self-contained, unaffected by self. The self is unaffected by these feelings and desires, or these distortions of the nature existence in the, they are existing in the blessed state. Now with the reasoning and righteousness, the feeling aspect of consciousness has become agreement with the righteousness. The feeling is agreement with the righteousness, the desire is agreement with the reasoning. So when these two were agreement, this means your emotional energies are no longer rebel against the current against your universal law. They are aligning with they are cooperating with the higher will. Understanding arises, desires adjust, so no longer seeking the pleasure or a pain. You are not escaping. You are doing, you are aligning everything with your intelligent purpose only. Through this cooperation, feeling responds to reason, desires harmonizes with righteousness. The doer, feeling and desire self, becomes free from the natural pull, and it is independent, and it is isolation, and it is in the self-awareness. Isolation and higher consciousness. Isolation here means detachment from the nature, detachment from the influence of the nature, detachment from your senses, detachment from your instincts, detachment from your reactions. In this state, the doer perceives a thinker aspect. The doer is no longer as a doer with a body mind. He went to the thinker aspect, righteousness and reasoning of the triune self and the eternal self beyond the personality. The doer realizes something is vast, something wise, something eternal is there. This body, these senses are not the thing. There is something else is there. That is what the doer is realizing. Now the doer becomes seeker, seeker for the truth, and free from all the impressions from the contradicting the righteousness. Whatever it is not right, he will just throw away. And whatever it is not inner equilibrium, some desire come, my inner is saying something, this is not right, and some desire is coming up, then you will not, you will just do it because you are with the harmony with your inner equilibrium with your reasoning. Then from the return from the isolation, what you understand that you are that source of that creation. After experiencing your detachment, the seeker returns to engage with the life. Then he will come and engage with the life. But now he is very much aware of the outer phenomena. What is an objects, what is events, what are the things, what are my reflections. All this I am experiencing is only my inner reflections. He is very much aware of it. The wellspring of the creation, the power that gives rise all the forms. It exists, individuals' feelings and desire. The outer world are nothing but a mirrors of your inner projections. That's the realization. Anything the outer world is in your inner projections only. Integration of your minds and liberation. When thinking aligns with the feeling and desire, righteousness and reasoning, the lower nature, the doer, unites with the higher nature, the thinker. The individual becomes whole, no longer divided between the impulses and understanding. You will surrender to the righteousness and reasoning. Feeling and desire is reflected by righteousness, purified distortions. They are liberated by the reason because the ignorance was gone, illusion were gone. This is called a spiritual liberation, a freedom from identification yourself from the nature. That's the state of oneness or the state of immortality. You are no longer, no beginning, no ending, you get to know. The seeker is just identified with the righteousness and reasoning, no longer identified by ignorance or a body. The body mind becomes harmonious with the higher mind. The body mind, feeling mind, desire mind is harmonious with the righteousness mind and reasoning mind. So that realization, right? The awareness, eternal beginning draws. The cycle of confusion, desire, rebirth ceases. All the things will ceases. So begin with the reason, mature with the righteousness, unify this feeling and desire with the righteousness and reasoning, then you will get a body balance. The liberation is not an escape, but realization is knowing that all the creation is coming from within. The outer world is only the reflection of your inner world. The doer evolves from the identification with the nature of the union and divine with the union with the divine mind, which is divine mind is righteousness and reasoning. Realizing this oneness is reaching to the triune self. Realizing this oneness is reaching to triune self. We don't have much to start with the other point, but I'll give you some Likewise, every day. I'll give some contemplation journal based based on this passage. I'll give you some journaling how you can do, right? Every day how you can do it. Instead of doing morning to evening, for this particular case, I will give a 7 day week along, right? How you can observe. Every day you focus on your focus a key principle, whatever that in this chapter that we learned, right? Key principle and do it. Okay, first one, thinking with the mind of reasoning. First day, thinking with the mind of reason. Focus on the thought, thinking with the mind of reason. Adjust you to the reason. So it adjusts you to the reason for anything. So morning, whenever you started the day, observe your thoughts. Are they reactive thoughts? Are they emotional? Or are they balanced by reason? Anything, right? Are they reactive? Are they emotional? Are they balanced by the reason? Right from the brushing thing, that's what I told, right? From there, you can start doing it. When confusion arises, whenever there is a confusion arises, you pause and ask the question to yourself. Was this the reasonable truth here? I want not what I want, but what it is. Is it a reasonable truth? Not that I want this way, not that. See that what it is. In the meditation also, in the first day in the meditation also, let reason be my light. Think that today, reason is my light. Everything I see with the reason. Feel that, get that clarity, feel the clarity. It gives you a very cool, steady, and impartial judgment because you are asking for everything to be the reason, right? It is giving you very impartial reasoning. In the first day, what situations? First day where you are journaling at the end of the day, what situations required reason over emotion? You must have gone through so many things that day. In what situations you must put your reason over the emotion? Did the reason brings peace or a conflict? Did the reason in your thing is bringing reason or a conflict? That's what you should notice. Second day, thinking with the mind
Prasanna,
of. Oh,
can you give an example about the reason? Is this am I reacting? What is the reason example?
okay.
Is it a reason or am I projecting it?
No.
Something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Am I
Today,
reacting? Yeah. Just give an example, please.
yeah. Today when yeah, my kid came and he said like, okay, I didn't do well in my exam. Let us take. Okay. So or he said he didn't submit the assignment within the time, so he lost the grade. So what is your reaction immediately? Won't you able to do that? Only thing that you can do is only studies. Why did you forget it? That's what we all will say immediately, isn't it? Then is it came out of the reason or out of emotion?
Emotion.
It's an emotion, right? So if it is a reasoning, if you are trying to go with the reasoning, what you will say? You will think why that kid was forgot the assignment. What is the reason? Nowadays, I can say most of the kids, the reasoning could be their cell phone or their gamings. Okay, that is the one that is getting distracted. We think that we have provided so many facilities, so much of thing which we have not exposed, but still why these people are not doing. But in turn, if you are actually steadily think about it, right? When we are as a kids, we don't have anything, no Facebook, no Instagram, no YouTube, no Reddits, no gamings, nothing. If you get tired, go out and play with few people, and after 1 hour you get back, you have to eat and then study. There's no distractions once you come back, isn't it? But here the kids are not going out because there is enough distraction in their hand, so there is no physical exercise. There is a lot of when they see so many of the games, a lot of distractions, lot of mind is actually going away with so many other things. Because of all these things, their they are forgetting what they are supposed to do it. That's the reason behind it. If you understand that reason, then you will try to say that, okay, why did you forget it? What is that bothered to you? So then you will try to, why don't you reduce your phone time? Why don't you reduce this thing? So you will try to do that. Instead of yelling, you will try to align yourself with proper reasoning and then try to give it to them. Give it to them
How to
and
make
try
it for next time? Yeah.
how to make better
prepare? Yeah.
next time. So is there is a reasoning, right? So there is a difference between both. In both the cases, you cannot do anything that is already happened.
Right.
Okay. So out of emotion, if you yell it, there is a pretty good chance that he may develop some kind of the negativity towards you. Whereas when you started explaining with the reasoning, they may try to follow it, isn't it?
Right.
And
Yeah.
that is a normal case. I just took a very normal case of that. But if I have to take, excuse me, a bit of more, the same thing, a bit of more, same example. I'm doing this much, but still my kid is not actually listening. Why should I do so much? Why I've sacrificed so much? That is with your body mind. Come to the reasoning mind. I was indebted to these guys. That's why they born as a kids to me. I need to do whatever I'm supposed to do it. Sometimes I may have to pretend anger in order to set them out. Pretend anger, remember. You're not angry at your source, but you need to pretend anger if they are kids and if you can set that. So you will not feel bad for all the sacrifices that you have done or for all the things that you have done for them, because you understand that because some bondage is there that you need to fulfill. That's why they choose you as a parents. Then that particular reason is gone and you try to give your best as much as you can, isn't it?
Yes.
So this is how we need to think.
See as it is instead
See
of
as it is.
projecting or
Projecting, yes.
right. Yes. Thank you.
Next, day 2, thinking with the mind of righteousness. Focus on the thought. By thinking with the mind of righteousness, you are in communion with the right. Rightness means right. So morning. Rightness is my morality today. My inner alignment is always aligning with the truth. When you act from the righteousness, there is an harmony between your thought, your word, and your deed. Manasa, karmana, vacha. Okay. There is when you are with the righteousness, there's a harmony, inner harmony between thought, word, and deed. That's how you do it every day today. Before every important action or a word, pause, silently affirm. May this thought be aligned with my righteousness. Any thought it is coming, may this thought is aligned with the righteousness. That day in the journal, did I feel inner approval? For anything that I do, did I feel an inner approval? Did it make me inner peace? Every action that I did it make me inner peace? When did I feel inner resistance or unease? When did I feel the inner resistance or unease? What is happening? That is what you will always try to do that. Okay. Next, day 3, desire for self-knowledge. Day 3, you are focusing the thought that you desire for the self-knowledge. You will not venture out in the nature before attaining it. You are not going to the nature. I need to attain my self-knowledge. So morning, your desire is inward. You are not seeking experiences or possessions or recognition or name or fame outside. But you want to understand who you are. That is the desire. Who you are. Who am I? That's my desire. Sit, repeat silently in your meditation. Who am I? Who is beneath me? Who is breathing? Who is doing? There is beneath me, there is something. Who am I? Watch your thoughts. Thoughts will arise and they fade out. Because you are not following, your desire is who you are. Recognize that you are that observer. which is not unchanged. So, in the evening that day, write, what desires pull me outward today? But again, you are not inward because outward world is there. What desires pull me to the outward? Which inner desires are led me closer to the awareness? So, write down these two. Then, day 4, communion with your feeling, desire, with your righteousness and reasoning. Your feeling and desire commune with the righteousness and reasoning. Focus on the thought. Feeling comes in agreement with the righteousness and desire comes agreement with the reasoning. Harmony, morning you think. Today harmony begins with emotion and reasoning are friends. They are not rivals. Emotion and your reasoning are friends. Let the feeling be inspired by reason. Let the reason be softened by feeling. Always do that. When emotions stir, do not surpass it. Guide it. Guide that emotion saying, can this feeling, can this emotion serve me right? Something right. Is this emotion is right? Is it is serving me right? Transform it to the purpose. In that evening you write, which emotions of today aligning with the truth and love? Which emotions are resisting towards it? How can I guide tomorrow based on this experience today? That's what think in 4th day. 5th day, isolation, detachment here. Isolation means you are conscious of righteousness reasoning as a thinker of the triune self. Isolation is a sacred solitude, freedom from outer influences. It is the space where you meet your real self. In meditation, ask, who am I? Withdraw your attention from your senses. Feel your presence beyond your thought, beyond your body. Try to know who you are. Who am I? In that day prompt, write, did I find the moments of inner stillness today? Any moment did I feel inner stillness? What does my consciousness feel when untouched by outer distractions? Today I did not touch by outer distractions. What is my consciousness is saying that? That is your 5th day. 6th day, realizing the source is within. Whatever that is creating outside, that source is within. If you are the original of acts, objects, and events, the source is within. Everything you see outside is a reflection, something coming from within. Your desires, your beliefs, your fears, everything is from within. The universe is mirroring your inner worlds to the outer worlds. When something bothers or delights you today, ask, what part of me it is coming up? Something is bothering, what part of me is coming up? There is something in me that is reflecting me. Turn your external situation to inner self-understanding because everything is coming from your inside. That day, try to write the prompt, what outer event revealed me there is something inside me. Somebody bothered me, somebody hurt me, which means there is some quality of that is there within me. Try to find out that. How can I bring the aspect of righteousness and reason to this world? Then, union with the righteousness and reasoning. Finally, union with the righteousness and reasoning. You have been rectified by the righteousness and liberated by the reason from your ignorance and from your bondage. Okay. Now reflect on the morning. You are no longer bound by this ignorance or bondage. You are eternal consciousness. Begin the day with your eternal consciousness. You do not have any beginning. You are beginningless. You are endless. Feel that freedom, being aware. You are not merely alive. You aware that you are there from the past. Breathe gently that morning and say, I am the righteousness. I am the reason. I am the free. I am free. Visualize there is a light filling your reason. Your reason is head, your reason, and heart, righteousness, and the body, expressions. All the things. Let the body, every part of it be in a harmony. Write the journal. What does inner freedom feels like? When that inner feeling is feeling, how are you feeling? How can I maintain this feeling, desire, alignment with the righteousness and reasoning in a daily life? That you write down. Okay. And then after 7 days, you see, are you a calm person? Are you a righteousness person? Are you reasoning? Are the feeling and desire you are just combining with the righteousness and reasoning? Is your decision making is so clear? Are you feeling the inner approval before you just go out? Are you feeling that? This is beginning. This is the beginning of living with righteousness and reasoning. The conscious doer who acts not out of the nature but out of the truth. You are not acting out of the nature. As a doer is acting out of the nature, but as a thinker, you are not acting out of the nature, but you are acting out of the truth. With that, I'll conclude the point 24.